Hello. Last week we brought you some testing of this diesel electric hot water heater. This week we're going to start installing it in my bus conversion. It's gone from nice 70 degrees and sunny here in Oregon to raining and cold and generally yucky. So that noise you're hearing in the background is very heavy rain on the shop roof. So I apologize for that. Anyways, let's get started with the installation. The first order of business is going to be shutting off the water and the power and removing our old hot water heater unit. I'm going to be retaining this cover because this cover is already painted to match the bus, and I like the idea of having this access externally to the diesel hot water heater. Even though all this space is not required, my plan is to go ahead and manufacture a block-off plate that fits this hole. So this has got to come out. Before I get after that, I got to go shut off the water and the power to this unit. All right, so we've unhooked the gas, we've shut off the 110. I've got to unplug this. This is the 12 volt / 110 volt control panel here. My buddy Mike's over here helping. He's down there and doing the 110 volt lines from the back of the heater. I'm just kind of documenting how these colors are laid out in case I have to hook it back up for some reason or we fail. All right, we're going to take the hot water heater out. Bunch of screws, self-tappers, and sealant. All right, we just yarded this old heat duct out of there. It's been kind of a nuisance for a while.
I hope that's not fiberglass.
Yeah, that's fiberglass and
I breathe that shit into.
whatever else. I breathed more of it than you because I was in there, underneath there.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it was underneath the counter, underneath the sink. It was mashed in there really hard, and it is not rated for the heat that these diesel heaters put out. And so it's got to come out, get replaced with something else. It's too big anyways. So I'm glad to have that out of there. Okay, we're gonna do a size comparison. Conventional propane water heater to diesel water heater. Here, hold this and let's get the tape going here. 16 inches versus, I don't know, 19 and a half maybe. And then height, about 12 inches tall maybe, against, 16-ish. Yep. So a little bit wider, not as tall. Now we're going to put it in the bus. Let's do a little test fit. Oh. Can't have my arm in there at the same time that.
Oh, can you?
This came up too. Here. Push that back down.
Do you want to put the other end in first?
It might work better if you were inside.
I think I'll go in there.
Yeah. And you can kind of lift.
Oh.
Okay, can you get an arm on that?
Okay.
All right.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Let's see what it looks like.
Let's do 180.
Well, so this is what it looks like under the cabinet inside the bus. We're going to take this old bracket out that's under here. It's got some lines running through. We're going to cut that out and lower this whole thing down. Okay.
Oh, well, we can cut it there and there and cut them off flat. Oh, see, he's got little guides on there so they don't...
Yep, he's got little rubber things on there to protect them from chafing.
So maybe we can saw blade this way, zip that way off, and cut them both, all four, flush at the ends.
Well, I want to take them out completely, so I want to take those screws out of the floor and all that jazz. Did we spill water in here? Yeah, we must have leaked water in here from
Yeah,
that.
we did.
Okay, well, yeah, let's...
All right.
Do we want to use die grinder or a sawzall?
Sawzall.
Sawzall?
Yeah, I'll make one cut there, or one cut there, bend them away, lift them over, then we can take the brackets off. 2 cuts.
You're not going to bend that too easy because it's going to tear the floor up if you do. But we could undo them from the floor and then, yeah. Well, we'll get it. All right, sawzall. There was a couple of screw heads poking up here that were just an accident waiting to happen with all these wires and stuff. All right, so fortunately some of my viewers commented on the last video where I was talking about the water was pretty hot coming out of this unit, and they suggested that I put in a thermostatic mixing valve, anti-scald type of a thing, and so I ordered this. We'll see how this works. It remains to be seen if this is going to work properly at the pressures that the bus is, fairly low pressures. But yeah, this was like $35 off of Amazon. If you order one of these, you got to watch out because a bunch of them are metric threads, and obviously that doesn't work if you're in the US. Making feet for the water heater.
This end goes in first.
Well, I'm gonna set it in there. Just.
Okay.
Wait, is that gonna go with me?
All right, you put this in first. Come around. There you go.
That's not what I did last time. I think the other time I did it the other end first.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, we were higher up last time.
Yeah, we
That
were.
other thing was in the way. I couldn't get my hands over the top of it. Move your hand over there.
Okay. I have to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Yep. I think this is. Yeah.
So these need to get incorporated into the plumbing as well. This is a frost valve, and if it sees temperatures a few degrees above freezing, it will dump all the water out of the hot water tank, and if your freshwater tank and pump are on, it will dump all the water out of your freshwater tank as well. So that could be an inconvenience, but it's probably better than losing $1,000 unit. I guess it depends on where you have it parked, right? If you got your rig parked in your shop, in my case, I'd have 140 gallons of water dumped on the shop floor, which would not be great. This is a pressure relief valve. This goes on the cold input side, this goes on the hot side. The thing about this that I noticed is it says 0.35 megapascals, which converts to about 50 psi. Now, you do have to use a pressure reducing valve on your freshwater hookup to protect this, but my pressure reducing fitting, that goes on the end of a garden hose that a lot of us have for our RVs, it ranges from 40 to 50 psi. So it'd be interesting to see, is this thing going to be dumping water like if I'm at the high end of that equation? Don't know. But this is a safety device as well. Obviously if the hot water heater malfunctions and is boiling inside, this is going to dump the pressure. So that's a necessity to have hooked up. So lots more stuff in addition to the, the mixing valve, anti-scald valve that I showed you earlier. All this stuff's got to get hooked up. All right, well, I removed the hot water heater from inside the bus and made a run to Home Depot because need about 80 bucks worth of plumbing hardware to hook this all up. Keys and things like that. Probably need that with just about anything, but yeah. So we'll go ahead and put it together here. Took it out because I don't want to have to work right up against the wall. I want to have it out where I can get to it and easily put it together. These need extra wraps. I don't know what it is, but a lot more wraps of this Teflon than I would normally use. Got a fresh full roll here. So that's probably it for today. We've got the old hot water heater out. We've got the new one kind of positioned, and we're starting to figure out how to hook it all up. Stay tuned, and please share. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.